communication foundation kind of laid, it's kind of like what you were talking about with the Aero Club de France, is that by having a group of people gather together and be able to talk about regulation and talk about and organize regulations and what kind of thinking should be happening, what kinds of questions should be asked, it allowed a new way of thinking around air and space travel to develop. And we haven't quite done that yet in our way of talking and thinking about globalization. If we heard from a different civilization and it was many, many, many light years away, and we had heard enough from them back and forth that we were going to send people, would you be interested in going?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But even if you never made it, even if you knew that you yourself would not be the person to reach that?
Yes, the question is, it's when we try to think about this sort of very long travel, generation ship, and what we, one of the main challenge is how to maintain the interest for that. Because the first generation, okay, you say, we are going to the second generation, the third generation, because it needs generation, and how to maintain not only the how can I say, the biological capacity to have generation after generation in only a starship or a fleet of starship, but the first constraint is that to maintain the biological power of generation, but also the enthusiasm. After, I have no idea, but one generation, okay, the first generation, but the second, the third, and we don't have until now so many examples on Earth of realization which need how many? 2-3 generations, perhaps with a cathedral or some very huge building. We know that in Europe, cathedral, how many? 2-3 generations. Probably not more. And for this sort of realization, it's more than 3 generations. In very, very constrained situation. So personally, I'm always ready to go forward to meet new people. That belong to my own personal spirit, or what you want. But the question is not for me. It's probably for the next generation or generations. That's a real challenge.
On the next episode, we'll continue our conversations with METI International trustees and advisory council members. We're grateful for our collaboration with METI, whose strategic plan prioritizes community-based activities that educate the general public about key issues in messaging extraterrestrial intelligence. These include theatrical productions like Transmission that consider the events surrounding the detection of a signal from intelligent alien life and also the decision to transmit a message from Earth. The primary objectives and purposes of METI International are to conduct scientific research and educational programs in messaging extraterrestrial intelligence, METI, and the search for extraterrestrial life, SETI. To promote international cooperation and collaboration in METI, SETI, and astrobiology. To understand and communicate the societal implications and relevance for searching for life beyond Earth, even before detection of extraterrestrial life. To foster multidisciplinary research on the design and transmission of interstellar messages, building a global community of scholars from the natural sciences, social sciences, humanities, and arts. To research and communicate to the public the many factors that influence the origins, evolution, distribution, and future of life in the universe, with a special emphasis on the last 3 terms of the Drake equation. 1. The fraction of life-bearing worlds on which intelligence evolves. 2. The fraction of intelligence-bearing worlds with civilizations having the capacity and motivation for interstellar communication. And 3. The longevity of such civilizations. and to offer programs to the public and to the scholarly community that foster increased awareness of the challenges facing our civilization's longevity while encouraging individual and community activities that support the sustainability of human culture on multi-generational timescales, which is essential for long-term METI and SETI research. For more information about METI International and their mission, please visit www.meti.org. This has been Transmission Podcast, hosted by Cecilia Lynn Jacobs and produced by Ian Garrett and Kate Leidenheim. Original composition and sound editing by Miles Avery. This episode featured generous contributions from Jill Stuart and Jacques Arnaud, Trustees of METI International, and Guillermo Lemarchand, a member of the METI International Advisory Council. Transmission is a podcast and performance series speculating on what might happen if we began to receive the popular broadcasts of intelligent alien life, and follows two sisters selected to lead an interstellar mission to make first contact. Learn more about our team and upcoming performances at luxcetera.com, and find us on Facebook and Twitter at Luxcetera. That's LUXTATERRA. Transmission is a production of Toaster Lab in Canada and is a fiscally sponsored project of Fractured Atlas in the United States.